Today, we're looking behind the curtain and helping you get into the most important alpha leak communities in the entire blockchain. That's right, we're breaking down the NFT communities that are totally transforming people's lives and helping you understand why they are so special. Today, we're giving you the keys to nonstop everlasting gains in NFT land. So if you guys are excited, smash that like button. Remember, as always, that if you want to make the most money here in NFTs and by extension, all of cryptocurrency, then all you have to do is subscribe with that bell notification on, because nobody else is giving you the cheat codes to totally crush this market like this channel right here. So make sure you subscribe with that bell notification on and you'll get all of my videos first. So first and foremost, let me explain why I'm doing this. Now, what many people fail to understand is one picture's pumping, the other one's dumping. They see something beautiful, an intricate piece of artwork, and it's not worth as much as a piece of pixel art, and it's just confusing. Why is one project successful and another project not? Well, the real secret here is community. NFTs are the most powerful mechanism that we've discovered to date to interlink communities of people together with true steadfast loyalty. And that's why I'm so fixated on these NFT communities and the ability that they have to create insane tidal waves of change. Now, for a lot of people, that might sound like a mouthful, and you still are looking at OpenSea completely confused as to where the value might be sitting. Well, in order to understand that, you need to get your hands dirty. Join these communities and start to interact genuinely. That is the biggest alpha leak I can give you. And so to help you figure out where to start, I'm going to be reviewing the 5 best communities in all of NFT and helping you understand exactly why I picked these communities as ones that you'd want to join. Now, full disclosure, this is going to ruffle some feathers, and I'm not trying to diss any community that won't be on this list. There are tons of amazing communities that are not on this list, but just to pick 5 to make it simple for newbies to understand and try to onboard to this space, I've tried to distill it down. But I will be mentioning some bonus communities at the end of the episode for those who almost made the list. And of course, if you think your community should be on this list, make sure to leave a comment below this video and we'll see if we can feature it in an upcoming NFT segment. Now, in an amazing transformation, NFTs have truly busted onto the mainstream. Just 1 year ago, we could scarcely have imagined this being the case. But all of these top communities have made the list as far as analytic champs in one way or another. So it's important for us to pay homage here to the data, which runs this industry and is so scarcely talked about here in NFT land. Now, of course, just to pay respect, I'm going to start with the CryptoPunks. Now, the CryptoPunks were essentially the NFT idealists, the first profile picture store of value on the blockchain, and for the most part, the predominating highest value assets, or the highest value floor price assets here in NFT land. For many, CryptoPunks were the singular store of value in NFT. Obviously, that narrative has changed dramatically, but they are the ones who started it all and they need massive credit for it. Launched by Larva Labs, this was a 2017 generative profile pic project and it completely changed the game when it launched. The people in the CryptoPunks have gone on to be some of the most influential builders, evangelists, and all-around all-stars for the NFT movement. They are what you associate with in your mind when you think of diamond hands, idealists, and people who saw the future before anyone else. So big shout out to the CryptoPunks for laying the bricks of the foundation for the walkway on which we stand now on the path to Valhalla. Next, I'm going to jump to my personal favorite community in this entire list, and that is because I have learned so much from them. This is the community that I've been banging the table about since the entry price was much, much cheaper, but this is the CyberKongs. Now, CyberKongs are the King Kongs of the alpha. They are, by all means, the community that is amassing and distributing the most actionable data for how to get into the next big thing. They're also the purveyors of the first DeFi-enabled NFTs. As you can see from my profile pic here on Twitter, it's a Genesis CyberKong. And this Genesis CyberKong is actually the first NFT I bought that has a native yield built into it. And that yield actually has utility in that you can breed 2 CyberKongs to create a baby and a CyberKongs VX. And those babies now have a floor price of over 13 Ethereum. Not to mention the banana token, which you earn 10 of per CyberKong per day, is currently sitting at an astounding $80, meaning that each one of these JPEGs is earning $800 a day. At one point, banana hit as high recently as $122, meaning that each CyberKong Genesis would be earning $1,200 per day. That is insane and equates to more than a Wall Street salary. So it's pretty wild to see the amount of yield sustainably and growing that you are seeing coming out of these particular ecosystems. Now, of course, course, you're thinking, well, how can the yield just not go to zero? People must be selling it. Well, they've created an amazing utility to breed these babies, and as a reason, the amount of value going to CyberKongz Genesis holders just keeps exploding. Now, I consider myself an ambassador of the Kongs. In fact, we're also talking about having regular Kongs content on this show because I think it's so important to hear from the members of this group how they see the world and how they've been able to identify winning project after winning project. The Kongs really taught me so much about how NFTs work, and I owe them a tremendous amount. I've been working hard to deliver value back to that community for everything I've learned, and I'm very, very, very happy to be an ongoing member and active participant in their chat room. The members are very cool. They're very respectful. It's always about high ethics and delivering as much value to every holder as possible. It's a very positive, very cool community, and I highly recommend you check out the CyberKongs. Now, of course, the baby Kongs have become wildly expensive of late, but of course, there is still the CyberKongs VX that there are 15,000 of and are much lower in value. Not financial or France advice here, but I have several Kongs VX, and I do think that those will end up growing with the Kongs over time. As a testament to the Kongs Alpha, we see several projects here that they called extremely early in their Discord, one being Anonymized, probably my favorite, which is now actually at a 12 ETH floor. And these started and were minted on 9/18, and they were completely free. So if you were in that Discord, you could have minted one of these for free, and it went up to 12 Ethereum. We also saw DistoPunks, which are sitting at darn near a 10 ETH floor now, 7.4. These are going to start having yield as well. We saw Cryptodes called at 0.069. Now the floor price, these aren't accurate. The floor price for Cryptodes is, I think, about 12 or 13 ETH. So that's an absolutely astronomical gain there, 25,000% at least. We also had them called Robotos, Dead Fellas, Supducks, Board Picasso, Octoheads, Creature World, and many, many, many others. So big shout out to the Kongs for being the absolute King Kongs of Alpha and showing everybody the way. This is what community and NFT is for me, is sharing alpha, helping everyone grow and prosper together. And that, of course, brings this intangible, intrinsic value to the Kongs NFTs themselves by helping everyone get ahead and stay ahead. Next, we have the Cool Cats. Now, the Cool Cats I covered since day one when they were hovering at about 0.1 to 0.2 Ethereum in floor price, and these are some of the most lovable avatars on the blockchain. These are the first project that really came up and tried to be the new Bored Apes and got that real mainstream attention. Now, although they did get a Michael Tyson endorsement here, they don't need any celebrity endorsements here. They are fantastic as avatars. They are some of the best to put as your profile pic, some of the clearest and most personality, and they have recently gotten the respect and attention they deserve. What makes Cool Cats so interesting is they're also getting a passive yield token in the form of milk that can be used to upgrade this very exciting and intricate pet system that allows for evolving pets, a lot like Pokemon, where you can spend that milk to feed your pets. It's very, very interesting. We recently got some NFT OGs like Beanie hopping on the movement here and joining into the Cool Cat mania. He says on October 3rd, I think Cool Cats has a real chance of flipping Bored Apes. Really enjoy the community, blessed to be a part of it. So kind and welcoming to newcomers and not a total shill fest. Zero sense of elitism, and we've already seen what passive incomes do to floor price too. This was as they announced the milk token. The team is always vocal about how much they care about the community as well. Here you can see them tweeting about how they were featured on MetaLink Labs. I'm actually an investor in MetaLink Labs as well. I think it's very interesting. They're using tokens to gate social features, which I think is quite an interesting experiment. So shout out to MetaLink Labs. Make sure you follow them on Twitter as well. And if you have a cat or an ape or a punk, you can actually hop into the token gated chat on MetaLink. They've also got a high degree of decentralization. You want to make sure that you have a ton of holders for your amount of assets, because the more that any one person is holding, the more likely you are to have sort of whale triggered dumps. So you want total decentralization, and the more you can have one community member for every one NFT, or the closer you can get that, the more sustainable long-term it is. We see here testament after testament about how good the community is and how the floor price is following the value of that community. So definitely check out the Cool Cats. They are one of the coolest communities here on the blockchain. And hey, if you get a cat yourself, you can drink up some milk tokens. I highly recommend it. I've been pushing people into Cool Cats since literally 0.2, and I don't think it's crazy that they'll hit a 20 ETH floor in the not too distant future. That's yet another 100x here in NFT land for me to hang my hat on, and I couldn't be more excited about this project. Next, I want to give a shout out to the Doge Pound. Now, the but Dogepound is actually a really passionate community here. They could be considered the jocks of the blockchain. They have a very kind of bro-y spirit about them. It's very, very good vibes, and who doesn't like a Doge? It's possibly the most iconic memery in all of NFT, given Doge the coin, and it's worth noting that the Doge founder also has Doge pounds in his Twitter banner there, so it's been officially approved by the founder. It is approved for your consumption here, and who doesn't love it? Now, it's important to see that this community has been seen as underdogs here. They are not like some of the elites, like Cool Cats, which was almost instantly elite, like Bored Apes, which is of course elite, like CryptoPunks. It's worth noting that they weren't immediately seen as elites here. In fact, a lot of people considered them quite shunned by mainstream influencers, but other folks like Alex Becker and JRNY Crypto were very early to Dogepound and helped lift them to a multi-ETH floor. Now, you can see here the volume signatures and price over the last several weeks. You can see the massive pumps that Dogepound experienced when they released their puppies drop, but then you see a nice recovery and back onwards and upwards in price here. It's very nice to see this kind of rebound, and it shows that it's more than just airdrops here. It is a very genuine and diamond-handed community. They really genuinely seem to care about each other. As you can see, they're always shouting out new members that are joining the community. This is a big signature of communities that are very, very steadfast and worth joining, is when they truly support every new member as if they've been an OG since day one. Being highly welcoming is a super good character trait of NFT communities. But beyond that, the fundamentals of the Dogepound are that they have a NFT launchpad coming, a mobile app, a Pokemon Go style treasure hunt. Wonder where they learned that from. Some staking bonuses, brand deals, breeding, celebs and brand experiences, native token, passive income, web game, holiday collections, fun community, dog lovers, more to come. So there's a lot there that they have coming on, and there's a lot of things that they're borrowing from other projects, whether it be CyberKongs or the Neo Tokyo treasure hunt, launch pads. They're just trying to smash it all together and deliver value to their holders, and tip of the hat to them for trying to do so. According to Bowtied Golem, they say why Dogepound equals blue chip NFT, 46% unique ownership, rock solid community, NFT project / launchpad already launched, D's Nuts NFTs, staking coming soon, unique passive token coming soon, hard floor 1.5 ETH, free mint Doge puppies 0.35 ETH plus more coming. What more you need? And last but not least, we have the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Now, Bored Ape was technically the first, really, that caught my attention and showed me that these communities could be so much more than just JPEGs. I would go into these Twitter spaces, I'd go into these clubhouses, and I'd hear grown men making ape noises all at once for hours at a time, and they just seemed to absolutely love it. This was the first JPEG community that truly seemed to ignite the interwebs and bring a ton of people from all over the globe together through their unique vision of the future and unadulterated fun. Bored Apes went from 0.08 mint price all the way up to where they eventually peaked before the mutant ape drop at about 70 Ethereum as a floor. And this was after they attracted the likes of Stephen Curry as well as Kevin Durant as new holders. There have been few projects as good at attracting celebrities besides really CryptoPunks and Bored Apes. These have been the real mainstream gateways for NFT culture. And based on the roadmap for Bored Apes 2.0, it seems like there's a lot to look forward to as far as mainstream culture, gaming, and more. They've gotten pieces written up in New Yorker, they've gotten sold at Sotheby's, they've gotten sold at Christie's, and it just seems like they've built an empire from a simple set of JPEGs. Without a doubt, it seems like Bored Apes might be the biggest and most passionate community in the entire space. Obviously, the bigger it gets doesn't mean necessarily it's better on a quality user by user basis, but anyone near and far needs to bow down and pay respect to what Bored Apes did for the JPEG movement and the amount of people that they onboarded, including yours truly, who was turned into a believer by sitting in on Twitter spaces and clubhouses that were themed around Bored Apes and being absolutely gobsmacked and jaw-dropped as to how passionate these people were. That's when I was turned into a full JPEG believer, and ever since then, the rest has been history. Now, this is not it. There are so many communities to love, including Supducks, which is one of my biggest holdings and one of my favorite projects, as well as Neo Tokyo, which is a completely earned NFT community that I created with Alex Becker to test the theory. What would it be like if every member of an NFT community actually earned their way in there instead of buying their way in? I believe it is one of the most decentralized communities on earth as well, with almost 2,000 holders for 2,000 items, almost a one-to-one fully decentralized community, which is extremely exciting. And the amount of passion and excitement for this community is something I've never experienced before. I still consider Neo Tokyo quite an experiment, and I'm keeping a lot of the information quite secretive outside of that group because I want to let that experiment develop. But that said, Supducks Ducks, Neo Tokyo, and of course what I'm looking to do with EllioTrades NFT holders, I'm hoping to learn from these communities and build the same amount of value and excitement in my own holding community that I've seen be generated in these other ones. There is so much to love, so many areas to enter. Of course, if you love art, you should definitely check out the Art Blocks community. They're some of the best in the world. And yeah, as you can tell, 5 is just not sufficient to really encapsulate all of the love, attention, and excitement going on in NFT land. But these 5 groups are by all means an incredible way to start your journey and begin learning about the magical world of NFTs. With that said, if you guys got value out of this, please smash that like button. Remember, each and every comment on this video is entered to win your own hardware wallet. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at EllioTrades. The link is in the description, and I will see you very soon on the next episode.